During the Holocaust, my dad lived underground, literally, in a small hole with people stacked on top of one another. Bathroom facilities were non existent, and food was scarce. He showed me a place on his leg that had started to rot and was scarred over. He lived from the age of 17, a life of tremendous fear that the Nazis would find him, or Polish neighbors would see him and let the Nazis know. And yet, it was a non Jewish Polish woman who saved my dad's life and the lives of three others. My dad was one in a family of 12, and only he and a brother and sister survived. My mom was one in a family of 9. The tender age of 12, she saw her parents and siblings die, and then she was sent to the concentration camp, Auschwitz. She was wondered why she was the one who survived, and as a result lived with survivor's guilt. But I'm not here to share with you the atrocities that my parents witnessed, and for which they had nightmares for most of their lives. Rather, I wanted to share 3 gifts I was blessed to learn because of Pam's traumatic experiences, and how those experiences showed up in my life. Their experiences also taught me that the human spirit is strong, and new thoughts, beliefs, and behaviors are possible through the most severe types of trauma. Gift 1. The choice to live a life that is life-affirming versus life-destructive. For me and others, and the power of one light breaks through darkness. One word can build self-esteem. One feeling of love can heal broken hearts and spirits. One action can change the world, for better or for worse. When things broke in my home, my parents would say in Yiddish, "This break over another break." Why? Because stuff to my parents was only stuff. Stuff wasn't valuable. But family, help, and education, very important. Gift number 2, the courage to never, never give up, no matter how difficult the circumstances. I inherited my parents' consciousness of fear, but also of persistence. Did that show up in my life? My Achilles heel has always been security, wanting to feel secure, safe, and protected. I learned to be fearful of planes until one day, shortly after my mom passed, I remember being on a plane and feeling calm for the first time. I felt that I was somehow closer to Mom, and from that day forward, I was no longer a white-knuckled and anxious plane traveler. I experienced a devastating divorce that brought on a huge amount of fear and anxiety and left my life upturned and completely devastated. And after working on these fears and my need for security, I realized my security does not lie outside of myself. My circumstances do not define me, just as my parents' security did not define them. Rather, the real gold lies within me. My creativity, my resourcefulness, my persistence, and my loving nature. This is my true security. And when I finally came to that insight, I was able to move forward in peace and create a new and abundant life with lots of loving energy.